Hello, welcome back to more Final Fantasy VII with me, Daddy Gladdy. Today we are going to be going after Emerald Weapon and then Ruby. Now, I find Emerald Weapon to be the more RNG dependent of the two because I don't use HP up Materia. It means that I need the first attack to hit anybody but Cloud and Barret, realistically. So Cloud is built for defense, Barret is built for defense, Sith is built to die. Pure Death Bottle with just the underwater Materia. I mean, I don't even think there's any other Materia I'd even want to put on them, to be honest with you. Maybe it's cover. I don't know, I don't think cover is really going to do much. But I guess it's there, there's nothing else. Nothing else for Sith really. Barret is our setup with Knights with their W item and then Knights of the Round HP absorb. And Cloud has the Mime Materia. Now, as I've stated before, Mime will mime the action and any, if it's, you know, a summon or magic or anything like that, it will mime whatever is linked to that Materia. So, we're going to go straight into Emerald Weapon for a battle now, and we want Emerald Weapon's opening attack has to hit Barret. I mean, Sith. But it didn't. Because why would it? It hasn't yet. So we W item 2 hero drinks onto Cloud, which Cloud is then going to mime. And honestly, I am going to queue this right now for Knights of the Round and hope that we get the elixir off before Emerald Weapon decides to stomp on us, which we do. Oh, sorry. Which is fantastic. Now, we're not going to do anything else yet. We're going to wait until Knights of the Round has done its job. And then after that, honestly, the only thing left to do is we just mime repeatedly with Cloud. Now, you're going to see the difference the hero drinks will make between Barret and Cloud's attacks. Not to mention the fact that Cloud's magic stat is just innately higher than Barret's. Well, Barret's going to do a 6k damage a hit. Whereas Cloud's going to be hitting max damage, and then with HP absorb, especially with Knights of the Round, which is really fun, is you absorb HP for every attack that was used. So each one of these Knights of the Round's hits is going to be triggering that HP absorb, or it should be. It's not for some reason on Barret, but unless that's one of the changes one of my mods has, which it could be, to be fair, could be one of the difficulty adjustments. I don't know, I've just linked the completely wrong Materia to it. No, it doesn't give you HP back for every hit. What am I saying? The animation is just long enough to the point you deal so much damage that you will heal all your HP back, as you're about to see with Barret here. And now it's really nice and simple. We just click Mime with Cloud. Nobody else attacks. You just pass the turn. There we go, Sith's dead. Now we just wait for Barret to die. And now all we are going to do is we're just going to mime. Absolutely nothing else. Just pure mimes until Emerald Weapon's dead. Ah, forgot about that. Right, so this is probably going to be a little bit quicker for me than it would others. I forgot I have level 4 limits. I thought it was originally only level 4 limits broke the damage limit just because it's more entertaining against Sephiroth in that final fight with the Omni Slash to break damage limit. I did not realise that also meant Knights of the Round was going to break the damage limit. I do apologise. But essentially it's just, it's one extra summon on top of what I'm going to have to summon to get the kill. But this way of doing it still works regardless, and Mime also does not use MP, which is always fun, to be honest. Who wants to use their MP? And that's it, we just do this until this million health super boss dies. And then we just hit Mime again, and Cloud will mime the last action, which just so happened to be Knights of the Round. With 4 hero drinks, Cloud will survive any attack that gets thrown out here. Just about. But then we're going to heal it all back up with Knights of the Round. So it's not the end of the world. Like I say, you just can't input any other command or the mime chain will be broken. As you can see here, you're going to get multi-damage hits like this here because the eyes are awake. But fun thing with Knights of the Round, one single Knights of the Round summon will kill the eyes. So you don't have to worry about that emerald shot anymore. Or emerald shoot. And I don't know if you've seen him use his gimmick attack yet, to be honest with you. Don't think we have. I don't think we have. Have we seen Airtime Storm? Have we seen Airtime Storm? No, I don't think it's come out yet. Don't think we've seen it yet. Or we might have and I just missed it. But I don't think we have because I possibly only use it when the eyes are awake. They will periodically come back, the eyes. But Knights of the Round kills them nice and easy. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, all that type of good stuff. Revenge Stamp. That's it. I mean, look how much less damage that did to Cloud. Now, obviously, the Revenge Stamp happened because the eyes are dead. So we just wait for Cloud's turn to come back round. We hit Mime again. Now, I did turn me battle from active to wait for this. Just because the initial opening to get them W items out and hope that, you know, Cloud can't die. Barret or whoever you're using as your starter can't die. The only one you want to die at the beginning, wait, for me at least, is Kate Sith. I just want my third to die, my death fodder. Anybody else dies, it's essentially a restart. You're not recovering from that. Just because of the sheer damage that Emerald Weapon does. But we hit unlucky. Barret survived the initial attack. We managed to get the elixir off in time, so we're all peachy. Absolutely peachy. Now, if you're wanting to do this without the hero drinks, oh sorry, you know, leveling up. I mean, I think most guys recommend you to be like what, high 70s to low 80s to take on Emerald and Ruby, but I mean it's completely not needed to be that high. There is ways to beat them without having to have your stats, like without having to have your levels be stupidly high. Well, I do want this thing to kill Barret now. Barret dead? Yeah, Barret's dead. Right, champion. I don't want him to kill Barret, you know, from any like, oh, it's just easy not having to pass turns. I want only Cloud to be left alive to make the fight after Emerald go my way at the beginning. Otherwise, it can be a little bit hit-y-missy. But we also don't have the Materia restriction that we have in this one. Now, obviously, Emerald Weapon does have a move called Airtime Storm, which I don't think we've seen yet. Airtime Storm, you know, Airtime is Materia backwards. It's Materia Storm. It deals 1,100 damage for every Materia you have equipped. Now, if you want to power level your way up, maybe use some HP absorb Materias, you can use that to trigger lucky 7s. If that's the way you want to go. But that takes too much for me. I'm very lazy. I'd rather honestly just do it this way. He's only got, what, 1 million health, I think, Emerald, which, you know, isn't a massive amount to get through. I mean, it's not a small amount by any means either, but it isn't a ridiculous amount compared to some of the newer titles. Now, as I'm trying to sit here and think of an enemy that has more than 1 million health. What enemy honestly has more than 1 million health in a Final Fantasy game? What super boss? Penance, maybe? Penance has a lot. Oh, Penance has a... sorry, Penance has a fair whack of health. I think Penance probably scares 1 million, but by the time you're fighting Penance, yeah, you're hitting for 99,900. Ooh, sorry, and 99 anyway. sorry, the super boss fights in this game are made so easy by Knights of the Round and Mime that it does make us a little bit sleepy. It is a bit of a dull ordeal to fight the super bosses in this. But I mean, they're by no means difficult to fight. As you can see, it's literally a case of just miming. Even without breaking damage limit, which I didn't realise was on for Knights of the Round. It's very easy. I mean, I'm seeing break damage limit, like each hit's doing 2k more. But I do apologise for that. I honestly thought what I had on was just for level 4 limit breaks, which none of my level 4 limits have broke the damage limit yet. It's purely just for the extra satisfaction for the final fight that I have that on for. Revenge Stamp, that wasn't... Yeah, there it is, Airtam Storm. So Airtam Storm, Airtam is Materia backwards, as I said. That's supposed to be the clue. Airtam Storm is Materia Storm. It deals 1,111 damage for every Materia you have equipped, which in my case is 1. Cloud has 1 Materia equipped, which is mine, which is all he's doing. Yeah, give over, Emerald. Just let us get the ultimate end off. Thanks. Now, if I was a betting man, I could... Well, not a betting man, but if I was looking to make this a little bit more exciting, I could have Omni Slash there and just mimed my Omni Slash. I mean, I'm not going to, but I could have. But yeah, this is it. This is the first super. The first super boss. I mean, technically, Ruby only has like 800,000 health compared to Emerald Weapon's 1 million health. Like, I'd say you're probably supposed to fight Emerald second, especially considering I think. I don't know. I think Ruby Weapon is easier. But yeah, no, I could do Ruby Weapon with the material I have now without needing the reward from the Emerald Weapon fight, to be honest with you. It's not like I need anything special from this for Ruby Weapon. I use one of the rewards against this to fight against for Ruby Weapon, but I don't need it because I already have the actual individual summon materia anyway. That did nothing. Why did that only do 34 damage? Right, probably it's them hero drink side, which buffering, to be honest with you. Cloud stats are probably pretty nutty at this point in time. You can do this with a Mistyle. You don't need the Zydrich if you chose not to steal the Zydriches from Rude. The Mistyle that we picked up in Midgar works just as well. And instead of the Tough Ring, you can go Sprint Shoes. Just get your turns a little bit quicker. Or a Circlet if you really wanted to for the extra magic. But I don't think any of the accessories I've got on are at all necessary for this fight. They're just nice to have. I might as well use them. There's not many other times you get the chance to use the Zydrich. Just due to the fact that, you know, you lose all your material slots. But like, that is what makes the Mistyle better. At the end of the day is the fact that you get to keep your material slots over the Zydrich is none. But the Zydrich is the best armor in the game. I mean, I'm not going to not use it. And there's Emerald Weapon down in what, 10 minutes? Now, if obviously I know you'll be sitting there going, no, but you've got break damage limit and yada yada yada. You've done, you know, more damage quicker than we could. And yes, I have something on that's breaking the damage limit. But honestly, Emerald Weapon would have died without that on. Pretty much just as quick, to be honest with you. Maybe it's one cast more of of Knights of the Round and Emerald Weapon will be down. But now that we've got that Earth Harp, we can return to the Calm Traveller. And we'll go quickly hand this in before going and taking on the next one, which is Ruby Weapon. And I will actually just do my Materia setup for Ruby Weapon on screen, really. There's not much that changes. Nearly everything stays the same. Well, not everything. There's quite a bit changes, but for this, if you missed that, for the Earth Harp here, we are going to get all 3 Master Materias. So we get a Master Command, a Master Summon, and a Master Magic Materia. Which, honestly, is pretty nuts. Obviously, each one of them has in every Master Magic is every magic spell, Master Summons every summon, Master Command isn't every command, but it's near enough every command. Can we actually see what Master Command gives us? Does it tell you which ones it gives you? It doesn't. It says equips all commands, which it doesn't. That's a lie. Right, so the setup here for Ruby Weapon, I want that tough ring on, and we want a ribbon. Then what we want here is we want, where are we at here? We want Mime. I know for a fact I want Knights of the Round, and we want Master Summon. If you don't have Master Summon, you can use, so I'm going to do HP Absorb, Master Summon, and then I'm going to do MP Turbo, Knights of the Round. Knights of the Round already costs 250 MP to cast. MP Turbo is going to push it up another 5 MP to increase its damage. Then we go W item, just in case we get a chance to use it. I think that's it, to be honest with you. Oh, W Summon. Let's not forget W Summon. So we've got Mime, W Summon, or W item at the end there. Knights of the Round linked to MP Turbo, and Master Summon linked to HP Absorb. And that is all we need, along with the ribbon. Make sure you've got a ribbon, and that you're, you know, full MP and whatnot. Now, the W item Materia, you don't really need that for this one coming up. It's just in case, on the off chance, beginning the battle, you get a chance to use 2 hero drinks. I see it's not necessary by any means. I am going to make it safe here. By gold source, we do have our next super boss, which is Ruby Weapon. Why am I trying to walk to Ruby Weapon? You have to crash into him with the high wind. Trying to walk over him there. I hope that's his nose. Oh, that's his head. So obviously we come over here. Obviously we know how crowd set up. I've done it all on screen. We still have 2 allies dead. Now, I'm going to play this a bit risky and see if I can get off 2 hero drinks at the start of battle here. This could very well be very silly. Could be extremely silly, if I'm completely honest with you. But hopefully it's not. Hopefully he's just going to hit us with a Ruby Ray. That's absolutely fine. You can equip anything that absorbs fire to your armor to absorb the Ruby Ray. But honestly, we're just going to W Summon Cade's Knights of the Round, and we're going to mime our way to victory. Ruby Weapon can be paralyzed, which, I mean, do I think all bosses you shouldn't be able to CC any boss at all? Probably not. Once you hit, like, you know, that end game, you know, that disc 3, that disc 4, late disc 2 if it's a 3 disc game like this one is, then yeah, sure, absolutely no enemy, no boss, super or otherwise, should be able to be CC'd. Because this turns the Ruby Weapon fight into an absolute cake fight, because normally if you summon Knights of the Round, Ruby Weapon will counter with Ultimate, and it will kill you. If it's paralyzed, it doesn't counter. So So you've nullified the one big damaging thing that Ruby Weapon can do to you, which is its ultimate counter when you summon Knights of the Round. Otherwise, you would have to find a different way to beat them, which I mean is probably just a case of ribbons on all 3 characters, come in with 2 dead, make sure all of them have a way of reviving the other 2, get them straight back on their feet after Ruby Weapon's dug its tentacles into the ground, fire absorption through fire elemental on your armor, or just equipping armor that absorbs fire, and chunking it down, to be honest, would work, but this one's easier. Now, obviously, the reason I came in with 2 dead is if you come in with 3 characters, Ruby Weapon will just immediately get rid of 2 of them randomly when it just before it digs its tentacles in the ground. Now with the mime here, I am waiting till I see Ruby Weapon move again, which hopefully happens very soon. So there we go. As soon as you see that head moving, hit the mime again. Doesn't matter if the tentacles attack you. One deals damage to HP, the other one drains MP, but we're not going to be spending any more MP here, and our health we're going to be gaining back through Knights of the Round and HP absorb anyways, so what difference does it make? But yeah, it will just get rid of 2 random party members at the start of battle if all 3 are alive. So you kind of want to come in here with 2 dead. I like to think that they thought, oh, well, if they're going to do it, we'll do Emerald first. You only might come over with 1 or 2 dead and then go into Ruby Weapon just with the single one and be like, oh, well, can I just beat this with 1 person? But honestly, I think you're meant to do Ruby Weapon before Emerald. The Master Summon, Magic and Command Materia aren't really needed to defeat Ruby Weapon. You can just change the Materia set of armor, and instead of the Master Summon, just have Hades. As long as you want HP absorb Knights of the Round, you can still W summon Hades Knights of the Round without the Master Summon Materia. It's not needed. So it's still doable without Emerald Weapons rewards. It's not, I mean, it will be doable, it is doable without a golden chocobo. None of the super bosses require Knights of the Round to beat them, but Knights of the Round is the fun way to beat them. So why wouldn't we do that? The only time I use this summon is for the super bosses. It is Ultimate Weapon, Emerald Weapon, Ruby Weapon, and that is it. And Ultimate Weapon is only so I don't have to chase it around the world. It's just to get it straight over the Cosmo Canyon so I can get a beat, get Shadow Flare learned, and get Cloud's Ultimate Weapon. Emerald and Ruby, it just speeds it up. I mean, what, they turn Emerald Weapon into what, 10-minute fight? If that? Even without break damage, it would have been within one or 2 summons of Knights of the Round before dying. And Ruby Weapon only has 13,000? Yeah, Ruby Weapon only has 13,000. Ruby Weapon only has 800,000 health to Emerald Weapon's 1 million. So Ruby Weapon's going to die even faster. Now, I don't know how many hits Knights of the Round is, but if you get the hero drinks off, you will be hitting for near enough max damage. I could have played that so much safer by putting Fire Elemental on Cloud's armor and giving him a Mistyle. And I'd be able to, you know, quad hero drink at the beginning without a single worry to make this even quicker. But I mean, Ruby Weapon's already quick as it is. To be honest, I see 800,000, that's 200,000 less than Emerald, but let's count these hits here. Let's count how many times Knights of the Round actually lands. So we've got what? 1, 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This makes 10, 11, 12, Right, 13 hits. That's 13 hits of 9,999. So say 10k is 130,000. Which means Ruby weapon goes down in 8 turns and Emerald weapon goes down in 10. Which, I mean, let's be honest, right? What else are we going to use Knights of the Round for at this point? Like, it makes it way easier than it needs to be. There's nothing else. There's nothing else in the game that has health anywhere near this. Like, this is the pinnacle of health on a boss in this game, and it's just gonna get shredded. Now, obviously, we do have one battle at the battle arena left to do. We do have the special battle, which I haven't done yet, but I want to do that in the beginning. We'll do that at the beginning of the next episode. I'm not going to do it there in this one. Like, that's just, yeah, no. Well, we'll not do that. We'll not do that. At this point, we'll get Emerald and Ruby out. You know, we'll go see what final reward we get for Up the Time Traveler. I mean, if he's already give us one of each Master Materia, you know, his final reward's going to be so much better than that, that it should be insane, right? Let's hope so. Let's hope so. As we continue to pepper Ruby weapon with everything we've got, I guess. I mean, we ain't giving up on this guy, apparently. This guy has to die. Hey, catch these videos. And if that wasn't enough, I'm going to spin back through you with another spear. I mean, you can see why they released one summon like this in a game, and then they were like, do you know what? Let's not add any more summons like this into the games. Like, this, the closest I think we got to this again was probably Anima in 10. Once you maxed out Unisphere Grid for that damage. Because obviously in 10 the summons can innately break the damage limit. But I mean, there's nothing like this in 8. I mean, Eden gets pretty close. I think Eden can deal, what, 13, 14,000? Somewhere around that mark. If fully boosted to 255, because its summon animation lasts 3 business days. Then there's what, cases of Shockwave Pulsar, which you can cap out of what, it's 35,000 or something. But this summon beats all of them in damage output, especially considering the point you can get it and how difficult it is to get it. I mean, it's, you don't even have to do the races, you just breed chocobos and walk to an island. You can do it on disc 2. You can rock the entire end of disc 2 just summoning Knights of the Round, and every enemy, every boss will die with that one casting. It's stupid. And let's see, as proven, it's stupid for a reason, because they've never done it again. I mean, I'm hoping in part 3 of the remake we're going to get Knights of the Round. I think that would be absolutely insane to see. They've already done 2 Bahamut's. They've given us Gilgamesh, which I really wasn't expecting in Rebirth. Like, I think a Knights of the Round, I don't know how the summon itself would work. Maybe it's just there, you know, instead of Knights of the Round, maybe it's just Knight of the Round. Just give us one that can, you know, has different attacks. And then obviously as his big finish, it does team up with the rest of the Knights of the Round table for one big massive blow. But I mean, what I'm looking forward to, I suppose, the most from the 3rd installment of the remake is finally getting to use Vincent and Sid. So I'm positive one of them was meant to be playable, even if it was just in the DLC. Just based on the fact that Cloud's room at Johnny's Inn has an empty weapon rack. And it irritates me that I've got everything else in the game, but that weapon rack them weapon racks still remain empty. Now I think a Vincent DLC would have been great if you're going to play a Vincent while he was in the Turk. Not so much, or even of Vincent, what he was doing during the, you know, the parts of the story was there. You know, he was president of Gold Saucer, he was president of the Temple of the Ancients, he was there at the Forgotten Capital. Just give us 3 tiny little chapters where we got to play as Vincent. I would have loved that. I just think that maybe it's to realise at the point you get Vincent or Sid, it's probably too late in the main game. Actually be able to fit in their manuals in hard mode for the SP, for the folios. But, I mean, starting from the 3rd one, the whole party's there. The whole party's there, playable, and it should start at the Icicle Inn. I mean, when you think about it, there's still quite a lot left to do in that 3rd game. We're feeling that 3rd game's going to suffer from exactly the same problems the first remake itself and Rebirth did. And I mean, remake they done just Midgar, but then stretched it too much with just Midgar. Then obviously Rebirth, they did the whole, I suppose, open world. But if you're just following the story beats, it's not that open world. It's only open world if you're willing to do everything for Chadley. Which, I mean, it took me, what, 130, 140 hours to finish it on normal, doing everything for Chadley. Getting absolutely everything, all the mini games and whatnot. And then skipping the mini games, not having Chadley to do it, and skipping the cutscenes for me hard mode playthrough. Because I done it straight after me first playthrough. It cut the game down to like 20 hours. Which was absolutely insane. But there is Ruby Weapon dead. So that is both super bosses in Final Fantasy VII taken care of now. You get a lot of experience in AP from this. It's just a shame that, you know, we can't take advantage of any of it because our party is dead and I have a 0 AP growth weapon. Now I am going to take everything off Cloud before we talk to this wonderful pilot here. We're going to head back to the Calm Traveller. We've got his, you know, we give him his guidebook, got the underwater materia. We give him his Earth Harp. We got Master Command, Magic, and Summon. So surely we give him the Desert Rose. He's going to have another good materia for us. Surely this one is going to be better than the last 2. You know, he can't give us a materia for a book. He's giving us a chocobo. A gold chocobo. Now, this gold chocobo absolutely sucks. If you want to race it, it's got no inherited stats from its parents. It is just an absolutely sucky chocobo that I'm going to call meat. Yeah, we'll call this one meat. I will call him meaty because it's got meaty claws. We'll call him meat. There is mate who can just disappear to Bill's ranch. We have absolutely no use for that chocobo. We have all the material from the caves. They were instrumental in us beating the 2 super bosses. We've got everything we need from racing, and even if we didn't, like I say, I wouldn't use that gold chocobo. It's going to take far too many silver screens to feed that chocobo up to anywhere near a racer standard. Because it's got no inherent stats from its parents. Literally none. Now what I will do here is I'm going to go master. I'm going to put one of each master material on Cloud. And we're going to get into a little cheeky battle here outside the Calm. If I can. Now, what am I doing it this way for? Let's just jump in this. And go and land over here. We'll have a look against the Midgar Zolom. Hey, Midi. Just so we can see, you know, what the master commands and what the master materials actually have. So, master summon, one of every summon that you can summon infinite times, Master Magic comes with every spell, including some we haven't come across yet, like Shield. Now, Master Command, as you can see, it comes with Steal, Sense, Throw, Morph, Mind, Manipulate, and Death Blow. So not quite every command is used in the Master Command Materia, but near enough. Also, another bonus of the Master Summon and Magic Materia is I totally overkill that Migdarzolon with the Omni Slash because, you know, fuck that guy. It doesn't lower your stats, if you didn't notice. There is no drawback to using it. So Knights of the Round normally, you know, extra 8 magic defense, and I lose 10% HP but gain 20% MP. There is none of that with the Master Materia. Now obviously the Master Command does not include, what doesn't it include? W item, W summon, double cut, slash all, none of that. Master Magic does include everything, but again, does not come with these stat drops. So we're going to get rid of all of that, and this setup is probably what's going to, I'm going to keep on Cloud the next bit, because before long we're going to have that side, which I feel. Yeah, that'll do. Like I say, next episode is going to be the final battle at the Golden Saucer. The final battle arena fight before we head into the Northern Cave. And once I go into the Northern Cave, that is pretty much it. I'm not going to be coming back out. That is the end of the game. I have done everything I believe that there is to do here. I haven't missed anything. I've got everyone's level 4 limits. We've got everyone's ultimate weapon. I do not want Sith in my party anymore. Even just staring at his ugly mug is enough for me. I actually want Sid and Red. Sid and Red? Yeah, I want Sid and Red in my party. Yeah, 100% I want Sid and Red in my party. Cloud's going to stay in the battle for now. Stay in battle arena, so I'm going to be giving them... I already guarantee the long range material is going to be in his set. That's always going to be there, along with enemy skill, probably double cut. After that, honestly, I don't know, to be fair. Oh, I definitely want morph. Definitely want morph. So it is, I'll do this here. I'll do this while we're here. I'll do this while we're here. Counter attack, I do not want. I want added effect. Contain. Added effect, contain. I'd probably just go Master Magic. Master Magic all? Normally I wouldn't. Normally I'd do something like Ultimate, Quadra Magic. But for the sake of it, I could just do Master Magic and then just whack an all material on it. But I don't really need the all material because I'm going to be in there by myself anyway, so what difference does it make? Oh, I'll tell you what I do want. I want Sense actually, yeah, we'll do that. That is going to be my setup probably for the battle arena. Master Magic, so I've got access to healing if I want to, or elemental damage. Master Magic, Sense material because I do want to use Sense on one enemy there. Contain, added effect, just nice status elements to have. Morph because I will be morphing my final ribbon. Double cut because damage. Enemy skill so I can get up. Big guard for haste. Long range so I can stay in the back row. And back to active. Yeah, something like that. That'll probably be my rough setup for Cloud. Honestly, as long as you've got the ribbon and the Zidens or something on, you're pretty much golden. But this is where we're going to leave it for now. The super weapons are defeated. Super weapons? The weapons are defeated. The super bosses are now no more. Next time we will finish up the battle arena. We will do that final special battle that we've got to take care of before finally going and facing off against Sephiroth and trying to save the world. But as always, this is Daddy Gladdy signing out. Have a good day.